Revolutionary greetings, comrades. In this short video, we are talking about the military coup in Burkina Faso. The military has announced that it has taken over political power. We always refer to Burkina Faso as the land of Comrade Thomas Sankara, the land of the upright. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. Please like the video, write your comments about what you think about the coup in Burkina Faso, and please subscribe. The army has announced that it has taken over political power in Burkina Faso. In a message read by Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sadiango Damiba, they've announced that they've suspended the constitution, dissolved the government, National Assembly, and they closed the borders. This they did under the name Patriotic Movement for Safeguard and Restoration. You will know that Burkina Faso is a country of 21 million, a population of 21 million. The president, Roch Marc Christian Kabore, was elected in 2015. You will also recall that when Thomas Sankara was assassinated by counter-revolutionaries in 1987, Blaise Compaoré became the leader of Burkina Faso. Of course, he betrayed Thomas Sankara. He was supported by France. So he's been president until 2015, when there was a popular uprising for insurrection, which toppled him. And Roch Marc Christian Kabore was elected as president of Burkina Faso in 2015. But in 2015, when President Kabore was elected, the Islamists, the jihadist groups started launching attacks in Burkina Faso. We will, in the next video, focus on the jihadists, who funds them, how are they carrying out their operations, why are they operating in Burkina Faso. But in this short video is to announce that what the army has announced. So he was elected in 2015, but again in 2020, he was elected for a second term. When he was elected for a second term, he was campaigning around the issue of dealing with the jihadists, that he was going to defeat the jihadists. So his electoral message was around stability, around bringing peace in Burkina Faso. But the killings of innocent citizens continued in the hands of the jihadists. The army in Burkina Faso has been weak, ill-trained, not prepared to fight the jihadists, to an extent that because it was poorly trained, it failed to overcome the jihadists. But the army then made the demands to the President Kabore, that the army thought that if those demands were met, they were going to push back the jihadists in Burkina Faso. They demanded the sacking of the top military brass. We will, in the next video, analyze and understand why the army wanted the top military brass to be fired for it to contain the jihadists. They also demanded that the resources should be made available to fight the jihadists. But all this was not done by the government of Kabore. Hence, on the 24th of January, on Monday, the army announced that it has taken over political power in jihadists. It's been reported that they are holding the president and his cabinet, and of course the African Union and the United Nations have condemned the coup. So we will, in the next video, give a proper analysis on the security situation in West Africa that involve these jihadists, who funds them. We know that Burkina Faso is a country that is rich in gold. So what happened? What is happening in Burkina Faso? We need to analyze that. Otherwise, please write your comments. We also know, remember also, that in the last 18 months, there have been coups in Mali and Guinea, where the military has been taking over. We also saw in Chad that the army also took over when President Idris Deby died at the battlefront. He had gone to the battlefield in the north of the country fighting rebels, and he died. When he died, he took over. So Chad, the military took over. In Mali, the military took over. In Guinea, the military took over. Now in Burkina Faso, the military has taken over. What does all this mean? Remember the African Union, when it was chaired by President Ramaphosa, its message or theme was silencing the guns. And it appears the guns are not being silenced in the continent. The military is taking over. You also know that in our own country, in Zimbabwe, what we call a bond coup, where the military took over. Of course, then the civilians, ZANU-PF, camouflaged, and we've always referred to Zimbabwe as a deep state. And you know that in Zimbabwe, the military is deeply involved in the economy of Zimbabwe, and you cannot simply defeat ZANU-PF in an election, because defeating ZANU in an election means that the military will lose its economic influence in Zimbabwe. So we've within the continent, across the continent, where the military is either taking over or directly, as we have seen in Mali, we have seen in Guinea, and now we are seeing in Burkina Faso, as we saw in Chad. Then you have deep states like in Zimbabwe, in Egypt, where the military is basically running the economy, but of course, under the pretext that there is democracy. So, but we will then, as I'm saying, look in detail into this jihadists and also try to understand why the African Union is failing to silence the guns. Otherwise, like the video, circulate and subscribe. Goodbye.